Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we are doing the final review of the Hidizs Mermaid MM2. And let's just get to the specs here. Okay, so the MM2 is obviously, the follow-up to the MM. It's the successor. It contains a 6mm low-voltage magnetostatic BM driver, and also a 10.2mm dynamic driver. So it's got 3 tuning valves, the balanced, the bass, and the treble. It's got a nice quality cable. We'll go over that in just a minute. Nice looking box too, by the way. And inside this, the box that it comes in, if I can squeeze that out of there without ripping it. In there kind of tight. This box here, the box that it comes in, this is plastic. You don't find that usually. Remember, this is $79-80. The page that I'm looking at the specs on right now says 81, but I've seen it for like $79. So this is below $100. And look at this case. I mean, this looks like Louis Vuitton or something like that. I mean, a really nice looking case. Would have liked to see it bigger so I could put like the adapt in it and stuff. But as for stock cases go, a really excellent case. We've gone over the accessories. You've seen the tuning nozzles. I'll show you. This is the cable. The cable is really pretty looking. You can see there's copper and silver accents everywhere on the cable. Really, really nice. Gold plated. It's copper and silver. Has like that kind of rugged plastic over it. Here's a look at them. They come in black and silver as far as I know. I don't think there's a third color. And the tuning nozzle is right there, and you just twist it like so. Kind of tough for my big old fingers, but so as you can see, it's coming out. It's just this long screw. And then it goes right back in. It's very easy to change these out. And really nice geometric design. Nice clear back where you can see the drivers in there. Decent nozzle. Kind of chubby nozzle. Nice tips too, by the way. You get 2 sets of tips. As we showed all that in the original video. This is just a follow-up video. This just is my final impressions, and I'm just going to take that and bring that over next to me because it's kind of tough to do looking into this little monitor. I have a little tiny like 6-inch monitor that I look through. So all right, so I'm going to just leave these out and we'll just go over some of my final assessments of these. I've already given you all the specs and everything, so I don't want to waste your time giving you the specs again unless this is the first time you're watching it. Let's just go over some things really, really fast. Mixed braided quad core, high purity, silver and OFC copper wires. 3 tuning valves, treble, balanced, and bass. 6mm low voltage magnostatic BM driver, and a 10.2mm PEK macromolecule polymer diaphragm dynamic driver. Try to say that 3 times fast. Lozenge cut aluminum faceplate. That's just a geometric pattern. Eco-friendly resin body, which means it shouldn't cause you any irritation. Standard 0.78mm 2-pin design. Custom case. High-res certified. Trying to see the exact specs. We know the tuning valves. Now the tuning valves work very well. The bass one does enhance the bass. The treble does enhance the treble. And the balanced one I found was probably my favorite. This is just going over the same stuff I just said. I'm just trying to find like the voltage, and I'm coming across blank pages, which isn't good. Here we go. Okay, 20 to 40 kilohertz frequency response. 104 decibels of sensitivity. The impedance is only 18 ohms, easy to drive, obviously. Rated power maximum is 5 milliwatts. We've gone over the cable and everything else. Inside the box, you get the MM2 earphones. You get the single-ended 3.5 millimeter earphone cable, the leather case, 3 pairs of ear tips, 3 pairs of tuning valves, and 1 user manual. Now, it says 3 pairs of ear tips. That is not true. You actually get 6 pairs of ear tips because you get another set of ear tips in there. One is more rounded and one is more flat. So I don't know why they put that there, but it should have said 6 pairs of ear tips, or 3 times 2, whatever. The standard price on their website is $81. I think I've seen it on Amazon, Keep Hi-Fi, and a couple of others for $79. So that's basically it for that. So I'm going to get out of the specs and into my notes. Okay. So this, I really like this. I really do like this. And it's not just because of the looks. I mean, I am attracted to the looks of it. I like that it has tuning filters, especially for the cost. So flexible tuning filters, definitely a plus, especially in this range. You don't usually find them in this price range. Although there have been like $20 headphones like from TRN that had filters, but these actually really make a difference. Now, where the other ones made a little bit of a difference, changed the sound. If you noticed, these are noticeably different in the sound. The bass really does make the bass, and the treble really does make the treble. Of course, it takes away from the bass as well, but I like the balance myself. The gold and the red is not bad. I really don't like the treble ones. But for all intensive purposes, I used all 3. I think in the original video, I only used the red and the balanced. These have been thoroughly tested on all the different equipment that we use, especially the Griffin. Love that thing. So there's a non-fatiguing sound. It's very safely tuned. Like I said, the bass filter can be a little bit too much bass for me, so I like the balance. Extremely comfortable, very good isolation. There's very good technicalities with this for its price range. Obviously, it's not going to compete with something that's $1,000, but it does a decent job overall. And like I said, it doesn't get harsh in any point, so that's very good. We covered comfort and isolation. I like the tips. I like the cable. Good packaging and accessories. So bass, there's really good low end with this. It does bass very well. It's got decent control. It's got a decent amount of power in the bass, but it's not overwhelming unless you use the red ones. Then it can be a little bit depending on what type of music you're listening to. So it's very, very good, pleasant bass, well-mannered, well-controlled. Some good detail there in the bass, lower and upper bass. The mids on this, really, really natural sounding. I mean, they really do sound natural. Vocals and instruments, they're separated very well. You can hear the vocals are in front of the instruments, but they're not overly forward. Getting into the treble has very, very good control. I think it sounds crisp. It's airy. It's got a really good amount of detail there, and it just doesn't have any harshness. I think it's not necessarily a fast roll off, but just a very well controlled treble that sounds open and airy too. Some good crispness there as well. We get into the sound stage. Now the sound stage is very, very wide. A bit less deep than it is wide, but still it sounds very good. It's a very excellent, far above average in the sound stage. Very good positioning and very, very good overall imaging in the sound stage. So that's basically it. There's good efficiency here. It likes a little bit of power, but it doesn't need the power. But of course, always when you put some power into it, you get a little bit more oomph out of it. It paired well. It really did pair well. This may not be the greatest earphone in the world, but for its price range, it really does have some kind of competition with like Moondrop Aria and different like things like that. It is decent, and I think its pleasantry will appeal to most people. That's for sure. Just looking at the two, they're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. Well made, good quality, good isolation, wonderful accessories. Far more than I was expecting for this price range, and $80 isn't cheap, but there are a lot of $80 IMs out there that just basically give you absolutely nothing. So you're lucky if you get a pouch. So that said, yeah, these definitely would appeal to a lot of people. Don't be expecting, the super detail magnet type of thing that people want, like an audiophile type thing. These are fun, and I just hit the camera. These are fun and pleasant, and for all day listening. They're comfortable enough. They're light enough for that as well. And the way that they're tuned extremely pleasant to the point where you can just listen anything. It doesn't matter what music you're listening to. You'll like it with this, just with this standard balanced filter on there and standard tips, which I believe, these are the rounded ones, and then there's ones that are a little bit more flatter. That's basically all I can say about these. So this has been the follow-up. This has been the MM2s, which are very, 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 very nice. Nice packaging too, by the way. It's an excellent product. That's all I can say. I know that there's been some hype on it and everything, but in a nutshell, it's a good product for the price. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was informative, and I will see you somewhere out on the internet.